Sisters, it's time. Get your cup of coffee, your pillow, your snack, or just keep your hands on the wheel and keep driving. We're ready to talk about our stuff, our relationships, our ministries, and our purpose. Are you ready? Call your sister and tell them it's time. Fasten up your seatbelts. God is about to restart you, refinish you, repurpose you, and redirect you. It's time for the Women's Church Network radio broadcast. Call us at 1-800-664-1793. And now your host, Chaplain Yolanda Walker.
Amen and amen. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the Yolanda and Cornelia Show, where you are listening to our segment of the Women's Church Network radio broadcast. And we are so excited that I got my sisters listening in, amen. And I always say, and we will allow the brothers, amen, to sneak in as well, amen. This show is dedicated to our women, amen. And we are excited to bring the show back to you. We've been resting and recuperating. Amen. Resting and recuperating. And so we are so excited to bring the Women's Church Network radio broadcast back to you under the umbrella of the Yolanda and Cornelia Show. Amen. And so I know this month, we had talked about that this is National Book Month, and I had shared one of my books previously in the show, Where is My Mother? And so I'm very grateful for those of you who have already purchased that book. And I have another book. It's a children's book, and it's called The Golden Star. And, you know, with October, you know, we know that October the 31st is Halloween. Now, I know growing up, I participated in Halloween, you know, really did not know of the spiritual darkness that existed with Halloween. And I know my family really didn't know either. And so, you know, I don't necessarily promote Halloween. That's a whole different talk show. However, for those of you who might, or you may do something a little different at your church. I know different churches I've been a part of, you know, we would have holla festivals, fall festivals. We would have where you would come possibly in biblical costumes, and we would have trunk or treat and other kind of things where we would give treats at the church versus them going out into the neighborhoods. That's a personal decision between you and your family and the Lord. And so again, I'm not trying to discourage you, especially if you're doing events like that at your church, and to help teach our children. But as far as me going out supporting it from a worldly perspective, I cannot do that, amen, because I do understand now what that represents. And I know Halloween is not of the Lord, amen. But I want to encourage you, if you're looking to give something as a special treat to a child, The Golden Star is one of the books that I've created as well. It would be a wonderful book to give to a child for their birthday, for Christmas, etc. If you want to give it to them on Halloween. It's a very, very good book to give to children. And so I'm going to read to you. I might read to you the whole book today. Amen. But I just think that this is such a beautiful, beautiful book. And so it says, once upon a time, there lived a beautiful golden star. The Golden Star would travel around the world and only appear to those who were kind, giving, and caring people. There was a king named King Douglas who was very jealous of the Golden Star. He wanted to put the Golden Star in prison for doing such kind things. One day there was a thief who had stolen all of Miss Sarah's money. Miss Sarah didn't know what she was going to do, for she ran an orphanage and needed the money to take care of the children. Miss Sarah was crying and crying, so because all of her money for the children was gone, Miss Sarah called the police and he wrote a report of what happened. He tried to comfort her, but she just cried and cried. He asked her how much money was taken by the thief, and she said $1,000. She began to cry again. The officer felt so bad to hear what happened to her. The officer went to his car to finish filling out his report, and he knew the thief was gone and they probably would never catch him. So the police officer was moved with compassion and took out his wallet and wrote a check for the $1,000 that was taken. Miss Sarah cried and cried again and rejoiced that he would do something so spectacular to help her, a complete stranger. That night, the police officer was fast asleep, and while he was asleep, the Golden Star visited him. The police officer had been saving his money that he gave Miss Sarah to buy a used truck. So he didn't have any money left because he gave it all to Miss Sarah. The Golden Star appeared to him and said, "Thank you for caring for my little ones." He was afraid, and the Golden Star said, "Don't be afraid, for you will be rewarded for your act of kindness." The Golden Star told him to look outside his window. He looked outside his window and saw a new truck. This truck was the one he always wanted. The Golden Star replied, "This is your new truck." And the Golden Star disappeared. Ted is a basketball player on his high school team who has won many trophies. Not only is he a star athlete, but also an honor roll student. He loves helping to deliver food to the elderly on the weekend and is hoping one day when he graduates from high school to attend college and become a medical doctor. One day while driving home from school, Ted had a car accident, and a doctor said he would never walk again. Ted had been in the hospital for 3 months, but instead of focusing on his pain, Ted often rolls his wheelchair into a child's room and helps comfort some of the children who are scared and crying and who are very sick. One day, Ted was praying to God and thanking him for all his wonderful blessings. Ted did not even ask God to heal him, although that would have been a wonderful prayer. But he did not focus on himself and asked God to heal one of the children who had leukemia and another child who had burns all over his body. One day as Ted was fast asleep in the bed, the Golden Star appeared unto him. Ted was startled, and the Golden Star said, "Don't be afraid. Thank you for your acts of kindness, and on this day you will be rewarded." Ted looked upon the star and saw how beautiful it was. The light was so bright as if the sun was in his room. Ted could feel the love radiating from the Golden Star, and the Golden Star touched his feet, and he began to feel warmth all through his body. The Golden Star told him to get up and walk. He said, "I can't walk. I was injured in a car accident." The golden star said, "Remember all the times you have told children, never say I can't, but say I can." He said, "Yes." The golden star replied, "You must take a dose of your own medicine." You can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. Ted, you are healed now. Walk. Ted got up from his bed and began to walk. He began to shout and turn flips, and he was so amazed. One of the children heard him making up such a loud noise, and she entered Ted's room and saw Ted walking and shouting. She jumped into Ted's bed and began to shout and jump up and down, too. King Douglas heard of the golden star appearing to the police officer named Mark and to Ted the basketball player. The king was so upset because the golden star was getting all the praise and glory. King Douglas was determined to see the golden star for himself and put him into prison. King Douglas said, "I will have a banquet and do kind things, and surely the golden star would have to visit me, and then I can destroy him." So he planned a banquet and invited the poor people and gave them food. He said to himself, "Surely the golden star will visit me for my acts of kindness today." But the golden star did not appear to King Douglas. King Douglas decided to give $1 million to the orphanage the thief had robbed in hopes he would see the golden star. However, the golden star still did not appear unto the king. The king thought to himself, "I have given more money than anyone, and the golden star still has not appeared unto me." This even upset the king more. Later that night, the king had a dream, and the golden star appeared unto him. King Douglas asked the golden star why he would not appear unto him, because he has done good things too. The golden star replied, "You did not do these things of kindness from the goodness of your heart. I cannot award you for such wickedness. I only can appear and award those whose hearts are pure." The golden star told the king he should change his ways, or else something terrible would happen to him. And the king said, "Oh no, nothing bad will happen to him, because he is the king and he has many to protect him." Many days, weeks, and years went by, and the king never changed his heart and his ways. And one day, when the king awoke for breakfast, he felt different and went to the mirror and screamed. The king was a dragon. His wife ran upstairs to find her husband and saw a dragon and screamed and ran out of the room. The king shouted to his wife that it was him, but she was frightened to death and ran. All of the king's men, when they saw him, did not recognize him and ran for their lives. The king had no one left at his palace with him. The king was now a dragon, and his kingdom was gone. The king went to sleep, and the golden star appeared unto him and asked him, Why did he not change his ways? The king said, "What do you mean?" The golden star said, "I told you if you did not change, something bad was going to happen to you." The king said, "I thought I had all power and could control my destiny." "I did not believe you," replied King Douglas. The golden star said, "Because of your unbelief and because you wouldn't change your ways, this palace will now become the prison you desire to put me into." The golden star said, "A true king is one who is wise and who is led by God, not by his wicked imagination. Any kingdom that has not been built by my Father will be torn down, and only the kingdom that my Father builds will last forever. And so the king remained a dragon and lived in his prison palace by himself for many years. And the golden star continued to roam the earth, appearing to many who did good deeds and awarding them for their acts of kindness. The golden star would like to know, what acts of kindness will you do today? The end. Well, I am so excited that y'all got a chance to listen, amen, to the Golden Star. And again, this will be a beautiful book for you to purchase for maybe your son, your daughter, a nephew, a cousin, amen. I would say anyone 12 or under, they would enjoy this book. And again, it's called The Golden Star by Yolanda Walker, amen. And you can purchase it on Amazon. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to our special segment of the Women's Church Network radio broadcast. Please follow the Yolanda and Cornelia Show, amen, on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube, as well as iHeartRadio, the Pandora app, Spreaker, and many more platforms such as Apple, wherever you get your podcasts. Amen. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time.